So what makes it a dream destination, especially when temperatures can go as low as -30 and maybe even a little bit colder? What makes it perfect for adventures? And what kind of experiences can you have here? So after spending 3 weeks in this part of the world and several years traveling the Nordics, I'll take you through 7 experiences that will truly make you fall in love with Lapland. And I've added 2 bonus ones. Something that is every person's dream, I swear it. If it's not your dream, you don't know what it is, I don't know what you've been doing, living under a rock. You can't go to Lapland without at least trying to see the Northern Lights. The aurora borealis. There is a science to be able to see them, and it's not always guaranteed. Basically, the Northern Lights is a solar storm. Some of the energy comes towards us through magnetic lines. These particles interact with gases in our sky, and boom, you've got these dancing lights. You need a clear night and no light pollution. Now, timing also matters. And what's really cool is the Finnish Meteorological Institute actually developed a tool for this. And I didn't just stumble upon this myself somehow, but a local from Rovaniemi actually showed me this tool and it helped us see some northern lights. And the first night my partner arrived in Rovaniemi and we could see the green and purple dancing in the night sky. It was incredible, but it was super cold. You really need to bundle up. To make everything a lot easier for you and for your search, I'll put all of these links that I'm talking about down in the description. Now, imagine yourself dashing through the snow, whizzing past winter fells. Yeah, you're on a snowmobile. You're not dashing through the snow with a one-eyed open horse sleigh. What? Dashing through the snow. No, I don't know. On a one-horse open sleigh. That's what it is. Yes, you're on your own snowmobile. You just need your driver's license. The hardest snowmobile track is actually way up in the north in Kilpisjärvi. This is where the highest peak is.
That's salty.
Crazy.
And I'm currently on a mission to reach the top of the highest peak in every European country. My partner and I opted to snowmobile to the top. Definitely recommended. Be warned, it's a lot harder than it looks. I tried it for like 15 kilometers and wow, the next 2-3 days I was so sore in my forearms and my shoulders because you have to put a lot of body weight into moving this machine around. If I can drive it, you definitely can. And if you do go all the way up to Kilpisjärvi, I highly recommend going with Kilpisjärvi. That's the company that we went with, and wow, Ollie was our guide.
We'll get down to the lake first. We'll do some S-turns.
Okay.
You'll get to see like what to do with the turning.
There's actually a whole video on it if you want to see. And what's really cool is it's not just a sport here. In a lot of places, it's a way of life. Snowshoeing. Now this might seem simple, but it's an incredible way to connect with nature. And Lapland is so vast. There's so many forests, lakes, mountains that you can explore. One day, I was just outside of Rovaniemi and I got to go snowshoeing.
I'm having so much fun. This is awesome.
I think snowshoeing really just speaks to the inner explorer that we have, like going to places that no one else is, or seeing things during times of year when you normally wouldn't. Actually, on this same day, I also went ice fishing. And I know what you're thinking. Ice fishing? Boring! I would argue not so boring. I would say peaceful. And apparently here in Finland, it's more than just a pastime, but it's a tradition. So of course, knowing this, I had to learn the ropes, or the line. Boom. I know, I'm not funny, but here we are. And the idea was to try and catch some fish, of course, but the guide actually told me, you're probably not gonna catch any fish. So apparently, the fish are lazy in the winter. If I'm honest, I think I actually had more fun drilling the hole than actually trying to catch the fish. So if you're planning to go ice fishing and you're so annoyed or bored about drilling a hole, just call me up and I'll be there. But anyways, even if you don't catch a fish, the experience is really meditative. The air around was crisp, fresh, clean. Now, the Sami people. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. My first peek into the Sami people was actually in Rovaniemi at the Arktikum, which is a science museum. Normally, I don't go to museums, but I was convinced that this one would be worth every penny and every second spent there, and it really was. I'm no expert in the Sámi people or their traditions, but I do want to share a few things that I learned to hopefully inspire you to explore more into their culture and get to know this indigenous population of Lapland. This is one of their traditional outfits and a symbol of Sámi identity. Reindeer herding is central to their culture and economy. I really do believe their connection to the land is something we can all learn from. Skiing is a big deal here, and it's something that you've got to do, whether it's cross-country skiing, backcountry skiing, or downhill skiing. There's one place in particular that you really want to go to for downhill skiing. It is bumpin' there, I'm telling you. Cross-country skiing is also a way of life here.
We're doing what the Finns do, and we're taking out some cross-country skis. We're not in the backcountry. That's why we just got the regular one.
I remember the one day we were out exploring this lake and the forest area, and we come across this older gentleman, and he's very curious to see the two of us. We obviously don't look like locals, and then we ask what his story, where's he off to? He's like, oh, I'm just going to the restaurant down the road. To me, that is such a cool thing. Like, it's so different and also super fit, because cross-country skiing is really good for your cardiovascular system, and well, it's just a total body workout, isn't it?
Another day in winter paradise.
We were on a track going down, and we noticed after climbing for quite some time that obviously we would have to come back down the exact same tracks, and we're like, it's not like downhill skiing where you can kind of slow yourself down, you know? And we thought, how the heck are we supposed to stop in these things? So we waited for some locals to catch up to us, and I said, how are you supposed to stop? Like, it's not like downhill. She's like, oh, well, the snow is soft. Best response ever. If you've got the chance, definitely try these really cool backcountry skis. It's like a cross between a cross-country ski and snowshoes. You can actually go to places where there's no tracks, and you're not going to sink in the snow. You're not going to fall over. It's just a brilliant concept. Maybe this has been around for a long time, and I'm just like this outdated Canadian that's super excited about these new things. So if you've never tried it, I would definitely try it. Winter hiking is like a fairy tale because there are so many huts that you can venture to. And what we found is many of them are actually already stocked with wood. So if you want to make a fire, roast some weenies or some Finnish flatbread, you can do that. Finnish bread and mustard in a tube, the best invention. Word of warning, anytime somebody steps onto cross-country ski tracks, every Finn knows it. You might be shunned for life.
Number one way to piss off someone in Finland, this is how.
I'm just kidding, they're actually really nice people, and I'm like exaggerating quite a bit. Do as the locals do, especially in Finland, because why not? It's the happiest country in the world. Although, as the comments in my other video about this might tell you, it's not. Don't shoot the messenger, I'm just here making bids. Anyways, subscribe. Moving on to the bonus points. Great segue. I do say so myself. No, not at all. I promised you a couple of bonus experiences. And the reason that they're bonus experiences is because they're dreams of mine that I did tons of research about, but couldn't quite make it happen. So first is to go ice climbing in, God, how do you pronounce it? Faya.
Cut!
In an amazing canyon that there was a lot of hype around, and I think the hype is justified. If you have been ice climbing here, let us know in the comments so we can hear from your experiences. Now the other one. It's a little bit luxurious, staying in an igloo. Levenglut is something that has been popping up on my Instagram feed for the last 5 years. Definitely recommend it to you. It's a pretty easy place to get to based on my research, and if you go in shoulder season, I know it's more affordable. You're probably thinking, you talked this whole video about connecting with nature, but you're talking about going into a building. Yeah, sure, because sometimes we need the finer things in life as well as nature, which I actually consider to be one of the finer things in life. Anyways, my point, if you want to build an igloo, you can go do that, but you can literally do that anywhere. But Lapland caters to these special igloos and the northern lights above you, if you're lucky. Not guaranteed. These experiences don't just make you fall in love with Lapland, but they also give you something more profound. They remind you how beautiful life can be when you slow down, when you're fully immersed in it, when you're connected to nature. Because after all, we really are humans and we should be connected to nature. Ooh, hey, you're still here. So, in case you want to support this channel and get more exclusive content from yours truly, I've got a Patreon. It helps bring more content to YouTube, and it also brings more exclusive content to you. Anyways, okay, thanks, bye.